So welcome back everybody to Web Gaming Entertainment. This is Walter with you, owner and co-owner of Web Gaming Entertainment, and I'm actually joined with my co-owner of the company, Darren. And what do you have to say to him today, sir?
Hi everybody, great to meet you all.
It's been a great run so far, guys, and we're getting close to the end, and the team, we're really just digging in big time. So we're gonna actually run through some things that we have for you. There's obviously still a lot that you won't see at the moment. A lot of things are being kept under wraps, but as you all know, the testing phase is coming up, and we're doing some selecting of some testers.
Yes, and we've received a lot of submissions, I must say. We thank you for all your submissions.
Absolutely, it was a lot of them, and you guys are awesome. So in fact, that's what's been taking us so long, trying to sift through all those submissions and make sure that we select the best candidates for the testing phase. Because again, the testing phase is all about making sure that everything is nice and right. We don't want any bugs to skip through release day. So that's really what it's all about. And so here we are. We're running through full speed, and hope you guys are excited about what's to come. So D, we're kind of running through the create a character right now, and it's sort of a edit character, not so much a create a character, situation going on there. But
right,
we be making some choosing between the different types of pants and shirts and suits that you want to wear. You didn't see a lot of options there, but there you have it. But then you get to choose some of the skills, for your character too. And we're gonna select the office. Of course, that screen right there is quite bare, but,
there will be more later, definitely.
Absolutely, like some of the sliders for the difficulty and stuff like that. But as you see, the office scene is starting to look a little more fleshed out. But we're gonna have some plenty of customization options for you by the time the game releases.
Yeah, as you can see here, you'll actually be able to furnish each of the rooms, of course, with various desks, chairs. You could also set the colors, textures of each individual desk that you're choosing, as being shown here, and also various computers, PCs, monitors, right, for the office use.
Right, and even the furnishings there, which you'll see in a moment. But a lot of the furnishing, and the way the furnishings are going to work in each office. Each room, I'll say, different furnishings have different effects. In one case, more of the aesthetic furnishings will affect how the employees view the room. Like if the room is, nice and comfortable for them and welcoming and, just nicely designed, that will affect their happiness in a way or another. And then the way the cabinets work and things like that, those are more functional. So it helped boost their speed and processing paperwork and stuff like that. It's just some small things to note. So we're kind of just selecting and filling up all the seats in this particular office. I think we definitely had like 2 rooms, and I think the total number of desks, though, I think that's gonna round out to be 8 and 9, including the CEO's desk in this particular office. This is a starter office right here. But for the final game, there's gonna be plenty more bigger ones, in fact, but of course you have to start small, so that should be interesting.
That's correct. And as you see here, with the bookshelves and the plants that you just saw being placed on the field there in each room, those represent what Walter was actually just referring to,
right,
as far as boosting the morale, I guess you want to say, of the employees, as far as
exactly
happiness with their employer, of course.
Right, because when you go to work, you want to work in a nice place. You don't want to, see holes in the wall. And
yes, this is correct.
Right, and just bland walls, no decorations, no flora. So you sort of want to, make sure that you decorate your office in a way that you would like to go to work, and in a way that's how we wanted to do it. We want to make sure that the game sort of mimics real life in some ways. Of course, it's a game at the end of the day, and it's supposed to challenge you, but we also wanted to give some realistic aspects to it, and there you have it. And then here we see the hiring of the actual individuals for these spots, and they do have dialogue with you, depending on who they are and if they have any complaints and things like that, or suggestions. You'll see a bit of that too in the final game. So, sort of running through it now. I'm going to hit play, and they're going to start traversing to their desk. And then we're going to start to get into a little bit of gameplay. And of course, we're still fleshing or balancing out this part, because, that's the challenge. You got to balance everything, or else the game's not going to be as, either it's going to be too challenging, or, not challenging enough. So that's where we are now. And that's a big part of the testing phase too.
Yeah, we want it to be an enjoyable experience for you.
Absolutely, and that's why we're so grateful that you guys are helping us out, because at the end of the day, you're the ones who will be playing it, and so we want to make sure that it's something that you guys can really enjoy. Now, it was something me and Darren was talking about before, and we wanted to share it with you guys. There's a few features that are going to be added after the release date that we think are very critical to the success of the game, or to the longevity of the game, I guess, in the way of customization. So allowing you to make your own offices, allowing you to make your own desk, allowing you to make your own computers and things like that. Just a lot of the objects in the game, we want to make a feature where, or I guess modding is the best way to put it. You guys, we want to make it so that you can, let your creativity flow within the game. And with a game like this, I think it's very important for something like that, because, if you're anything like me, or, you want to sort of leave your own mark and make it, for areas that you may not, I hate to say but areas that you may have some better ideas, you feel, and you want to throw something else in there to see, how it would work. We definitely want to give you the freedom to do that. So that's something we're going to be working on post-release. So when the game releases, there will be minimal modding support, if any, once it releases. But after release, it'll be probably most definitely free DLC, if it's going to be considered DLC. But it will be free, so that you guys can just, be able to mod the game to your liking. Now this part here, the researching will not go this fast. I just did this for the sake of the example. We went fast speed on this. The research is going to take much longer to achieve. But once you do that, you can create better products and whatnot. But we'll get into more of that in another video, or later on down the road.
And what do we have here?
That was just a quick peek at the outsourcing window, which we're going to get into some more of that down the road as well. But pretty much everything you can outsource in some way or another. And you're going to almost not necessarily have to, but you're going to, probably be pressed to in the beginning of the game, because you won't have like endless amounts of cash,
right.
to spend on every department. So you're going to need little assistance here and there. You're going to have to network with some outside companies to make your products a reality. So right now we're creating a product, and gave it a name, and with the product you can actually choose to, and specifically with the CPUs, you can choose to, let's say you made a product, like you think Intel, you think of a lot of their product lines, and with this game, that we want to make sure that we allow that to take place as well. So you just released the first generation of this type of product. Well, the next time you go to make a CPU, you can make the next generation of that same product. And as a result, its exposure in the market is going to be a little bit boosted, because people already know about the last one. You know what I mean? So we wanted to add that in there too. But you can also make a brand new chip if you wanted to as well. And then here we're just selecting who we want to work on this particular project, as it goes for engineers. Engineers work a little different from the other employees. As engineers, every skill that they have will play a factor. Well, the truth is, every skill for every employee will play a factor in what they do. But when it comes to engineers, that's the one employee where you will be applying them to projects. Like your HR department, they pretty much work on HR stuff, and there's really no projects, so to speak. They're constantly working to make sure that department is functioning at peak, efficiency. But with the engineers, they're the ones creating your product. They're the ones you're designing it, but they're creating it, replicating it, and then they send it off to manufacturing to reproduce it. So, but you have to apply them, and they gain skills. They improve as they work on stuff, and then every employee in the game is trainable. So, we'll get to some more stuff like that down the road too. But this is the marketing screen here. You can choose from many different options for marketing. The thing in the game, you're gonna have 3 different regions. Then you're gonna have in those regions a bunch of countries, and in those countries a bunch of cities. So you have, it's worldwide and it's all fictional. We didn't want to replicate like New York City and stuff like that. But in the game, there will be representations or, of that city, so to speak. You know what I mean? So, but we wanted to make sure it's all fictional. Just felt that was a better direction to go. And then we joked about the bones and stuff. Casual gamers and hardcore gamers or customers. And this is our manufacturing window, where again at the beginning you're outsourcing a lot of your manufacturing because you just don't have the manpower to do it yourself. Or then again, you can hire a few people, but you won't be able to produce a lot of products in a short period of time. So if you're trying to, sell a lot of product, it's probably best to go this direction. It's a little costly going this direction, but if you really want to move some product, this is probably the best way to go.
Yeah, mass reproduction.
Mass reproduction. There you go. So, and as you can see, it is quite costly. Like total cost was $12 million. But again, we're still balancing some things, so that all these sort of things can change as far as the balancing of everything. Again, I had to go back in and look at that polar bear there.
Yeah, I call it the panda bear.
Oh man, yeah. So we're working on some of those things, but yeah, good times though. But I tell you, this it's all shaping up to be really fun, and we hope that you guys are excited about it because we are definitely excited about it.
Yes,
extremely excited about it. So we're again just working tirelessly, trying to get it done. Of course, we work full 9-to-5 jobs, so being a small indie company, it's a challenge, but we love it. It's what we want to do. So we relish every second of it and look forward to it. I mean, it's nothing like it, man. Nothing like it. As you can see in the top left corner, that's a timetable to sort of give you feedback on the progress of all the processes that you got going on. In this case, the product creation. So your engineers are working right now to design your product. And then, of course, that's backwards. So the manufacturing should not be done by now. They shouldn't even have started, in fact, because your engineers haven't quite finished. But that's just something we're tweaking out. So right now we're just showing it to you, but that's gonna be functioning just right by the time you get your hands on it, of course. And then there we go. Now the product should be about done. Got it going in fast speed, 3 times the normal speed there, and yeah, it should show complete. Okay, cool. So now you eventually, once the products get moving, you'll see the sales start to come in. Of course, the expense is really horrible, and our available cash is just like really. We should actually be filing bankruptcy at this point. But yeah, it's just a game, so I guess we can go ahead and be in that deep of a deficit and still survive. So.
Unless we enter this little thing called a cheat code.
Yeah,
maybe,
throw some
we
extra
can
cash
get out of that little debt balance there.
Absolutely. Of course, we're not going to put any cheat codes in there for you guys, though. We're just going to let you guys have to struggle through the beginning of it and find a way out of that hole there. That's a $1.2 million hole. Good luck.
That'll be your achievement for it.
There you go, achievement. You come out of that hole, man. You're awesome. You have mastered the strategy management game. All right, so right there, that's just all we wanted to show you so far, just to give you a glimpse of how things will work. There's plenty more windows that you will see. You'll be able to look into the market and see exactly how much exposure you have in different cities, different countries. You'll be able to see other companies and see how well they're doing, what they're producing, so that you can sort of plan and be strategic. But that's what we wanted to show you guys today. We hope that you liked it. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you.